WFM 91.7.
Yes, that's right. That is Women Radio WFM 91.7. A very beautiful and amazing Monday afternoon to you. Hopefully, you had a great weekend and you are feeling good today because it's a new week. So, I mean, it's more like saying you have a new slate to do whatever you want to do or write whatever you want to write on it. So, it all depends on you. So, how is the week starting off for you and what positive energy are you going about, starting this week off with? Well, I wish you all the best and hopefully by the end of this week we'll have good stories to tell. So let's keep hoping and praying that it all goes well with us. All right, this is Women Radio WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And of course, it's about 7 minutes past 12 on the side of the radio. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I welcome you to the program The Big Question. All right, The Big Question is a program on Women Radio WFM 91.7 where we get to discuss and profess solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. All right, The Big Question comes to you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12:05 p.m. All right, so you can do well by joining the conversation. Calling us on 07000 917 917. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message to 070 317 56537. All right, that is a number to send a text or a WhatsApp message. Now, you can also contribute through our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at WFM917, or log on to our website www.wfm917.com, and you can listen to us live from any part of the world. Carry us all around with you. We are there with you. All right, so yes, this is The Big Question. Once again, you are welcome to the program. All right, now today on The Big Question, we'll be looking at racketeering and unemployment in Nigeria. All right, racketeering and unemployment in Nigeria. That's our topic for today. And of course, we know that many Nigerians are unemployed, and the rates, according to National Bureau of Statistics, is 33.33% as of 2020. Now, youth are the most worst hit, when it comes to unemployment. And this is expected to continue to be a major challenge even in this 2023. Due to the limited investment by the private sector, low industrialization, slower than required economic growth, and consequently, the inability of the economy to absorb the 4 to 5 million new entrants into the Nigerian job market every year. Although the National Bureau of Statistics recorded an increase in the national unemployment rate from 23.1% in 2018 to 33.3% in 2020. We estimate that this rate has increased to about 37.7% in 2022, and definitely will further rise in this 20, and has further risen to 40.6% in 2023. All right, so now with all of these statistics, sometimes it's one thing for you to go through school, and when you're about to be done with school, you get to hear, okay, so you're finished one phase. I hope that, at the end of it, you get to have a job. You get to go out there and have a job. And the next thing you start hearing people saying is, okay, I hope you have somebody, or I hope you have so amount of money to pay, and all of that. You keep hearing all of those things, which unfortunately are some of the realities we get to face as young Nigerians in the country. All right, so to do this with me this afternoon is Lydia West. All right, Lydia West will be joining me on the program for us to discuss the topic for today. All right, so let's meet Lydia. Hello, Lydia. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Hello, Lydia. Are you there?
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon to you too.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So excited. How's your weekend, though? Hope that it went well for you.
Oh, very well. Had a pleasant weekend. Hope you all good too.
Okay. All right. So thank you once again for joining us on The Big Question. So and today we are looking at racketeering and unemployment in Nigeria. Now, let's just head on straight to the discussion for today. Let's not forget you can dial 07000 917 917. Send a text or a WhatsApp message to 070 317 56537. All right. So we know that unemployment has been something that Nigeria has been dealing with. A lot of young people out there, and even the older ones, can't seem to get employed, gainfully employed. So, what do you think are some of the causes, main causes of this in this country?
Well, thank you. First of all, I have to look at what racketeering means. One is already the act of acquiring a business through illegal activity to operate businesses with illegally derived income and using these businesses to commit illegal acts. You can also look at what these illegal acts are in the Nigerian community, bribery, kidnapping, and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Are you there?
Yeah. So now, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, now you have just given us, an explanation or definition of what racketeering is. Now, to the main question, what are some of these things? What are some of the causes of unemployment in Nigeria? Now, we mentioned that there could be low industrialization, there could be limited investment, by the private sector and all of it, and we know how our economy is faring right now. So outside all of this, are there some things that maybe we are doing as young people in the country to make ourselves unemployable, or you think there's more going on in terms of, the causes of unemployment in the country?
Oh, well, one of the major causes of unemployment we have in this country is unnecessary expectations. You know, we have cases where we come into the prison market and we just expect, things to bloom at the snap of our fingers. I'll take for instance to this case, cases in some parts of the world where you have people working, not coming out jobs here.
Hmm.
But because of the what we call the minimum wages that are made available to them, they are not considered safe. So first of all, I would say on the part of the government is their inability to reach out to us at the bare minimum and favorable living conditions as regards to the minimum wage. And then also for those in the freedom market expecting, things to happen just like magic.
Hmm. All right, I get you. Thank you very much for that. This is 15 minutes past 12 on the side of the radio. We are looking at racketeering and unemployment in Nigeria. And our guest for today is Lydia West, and she is the CEO of 2811. All right, so let's go down to another question I have for you here. Now, how does this get to, affect us as youth, all right, in Nigeria? Or rather, let me rephrase it. Now, what are the effects of unemployed youth in Nigeria? What is the effect of this in our society when we have people who are unemployed?
The effects of unemployment in our society, first of all, look at increase in crime, reduction in security, because where crime thrives, you know that the security will be very extremely alarming. So we do increase in crime rate as one of the major effects of unemployment in society.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. Now, job racketeering has become incident in Nigeria, and why do you think we have this? Because at the end of the day, when you go round, you see these things happening. Sometimes it's just up there in your face, and some other times you just maybe get to hear it at the background, and all of that. But why do you think we have this, or what's the cause of this in our country?
Logically speaking, the basic cause of job racketeering in Nigeria is greed.
Greed.
Yeah,
Okay.
greed. I'll say greed because most of the people involved in all of all these are already rich. Why put and impoverish people even more? Just to enrich yourself. Why do things illegal? Greed is the major driving force.
Hmm.
The racketeering in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. So, now what are some of the impacts of this in our country when it comes to employment? Because you have just mentioned greed as one of the causes or reasons why people get involved in such activities, fraudulent activities. Now, what
One of the
is the impact of this?
one of the one of the major impacts is overemployment of underqualified people.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have so much of people not coming up to the expected qualifications, getting the job,
Hmm.
maybe because they paid their way through to the employment process and stuff like that. So the impact I would want to say would be overemployment of underqualified candidates.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Now, how do we get to deal with this? Because it's almost as if we get to see of these things every day. We get to hear of these things happening here and there, and sometimes even right before you as the applicant, it is just very glaring. You see your name on this list, and the next time you come back, you don't even get to see it, or you don't know what has happened. You just find yourself asking questions. So, how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this from the federal level, state level, even private organizations also? How do we get to deal with this?
Yes, what I would suggest, what I would do if I was given the power to, is going to be an overhauling of the entire system and putting in credible people with integrity and unquestionable characters
Hmm.
in places of power where these employments, you know, are given. Because it takes a person of integrity to actually look out for people characterized by qualification other than maybe nepotism or racism, ethnicity, sentiments, ethical sentiments and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So you need people of integrity in these corridors of power to handle these mismanagement that we have been experiencing.
Okay. So basically, we need to have people who are qualified for positions get into these positions, and so that we could have better people handling better
I'm
positions.
sorry, I didn't get you.
All right, no, I'm just reiterating what you said. All right, so this
Yes.
is Women Radio WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And this is 20 minutes past 12. All right, and this is the program, The Big Question, where we get to discuss and propose solutions to issues affecting us as a nation. And today, on The Big Question, we are looking at racketeering and unemployment in Nigeria with Lydia West, the CEO of 2811. All right, so let's look at other aspects of this. Now, how do we, because at the end of the day, when we get to look at it, we'll see a lot of corruption playing out there, or we just is something that we are trying to fight. In our economy, we're trying to fight. In almost every sector of our economy. Now, how do we get to fight this, even in private organizations? All right, how do we get to see that people who are actually qualified for specific jobs are actually, taken or employed to fill up those positions? How do we, get to fight all of that in the coming years? Because if not, if we don't do it right now, we get to see this thing just keep going year in, year out. And with the number of unemployment, we just keep growing. So how do we go about this?
In a community where corruption is also deep,
Hmm.
also have systems, it takes people of integrity to speak up, to act, and do the needful in situations where they are all needed, for these corrections to be made.
Hmm.
This is not magic. This is not abacadabra. These are lay down principles of life, and there are specific processes that must be gone, that we must go through to experience the changes that we want to see. These changes begin with you and I.
Hmm.
First of all, deciding to be good people. But like I said, what corruption has eaten deep into the whole system. We will need a handful of people of integrity
Yeah.
to actually speak up and move, against these acts. When we experience them, when we hear of them, it could begin with you in your neighborhood. It could begin with just anything. You speak up when necessary. You act promptly, not just actively. You could carry out an act maybe 2 years later and it becomes invalid. Acting promptly against these situations,
Okay.
exactly what will happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Lydia, for that. Now, when we look at unemployment, also, what do you think we can do as individuals, as young people? What can we do to actually bring down the number of unemployed, people we have, especially at this part side of the world? Because every day, like I read out in my introduction, you get to hear millions of graduates who are coming into, the labor market, but nowhere seems to take them all in. All right, we don't have enough places to take them all in. So what can individuals do to maybe fend, because at the end of the day we just want to be able to fend for ourselves, so what can we do to maybe bring down the number of unemployment we have, or unemployed individuals we have?
First of all, I would say every Nigerian youth should learn a skill. Every Nigerian youth should learn a skill. In civilized world today, skills are now part of formal learning.
Hmm.
Every Nigerian youth should learn a skill. It's going to reduce the margin between the unemployed and the actual employer of labor. Because if everybody has a skill and is thriving well in their field of endeavor, it gives you ample opportunity to get people into your own circle, thereby getting them employed and reducing unemployment. So it will begin with every individual learning a skill.
Okay. All right. Now, do you think that learning a skill might, in a way, um, have a positive impact, in the way we get to, maybe have a positive impact in making the country a better place, or, making us to not even want to look at what the government is doing totally in terms of, creating jobs? Would that not make the government just want to relax and just say, okay, well, everybody has a skill to learn, or everybody's doing something for his or herself, so why should we even bother?
Okay, now, you've spoken about the government, at least for once. We've been talking individually and what expectations are for the youth. There is no country that thrives on bad governance. Every country needs to have good governance because that's the only way it grows, it progresses. Okay. Now there are certain expectations of every normal citizen of a nation, which you already know that we are being shortchanged in this country
Yeah.
as much as we can elaborate on. Good. But when an individual learns a skill, what you do is you develop yourself more and you reach out to your immediate community. What the government, because of where we have found ourselves, we can't we can't keep analyzing based on illogical reasoning. We are already in this society that is the way that it is. The government does not care whether we love to pay it or not. Because any government that cares wouldn't even put us in a situation where we'll be having these kinds of conversations. Okay, so now if the government chooses to relax because the citizens are making ends meet for themselves, It's entirely up to them until the change that we wish for comes.
Okay. All right, Lydia, thank you very much. Now, let's have your last words on all of this and what you hope to see, change, or how you hope that Nigeria will be better in terms of job racketeering and, of course, unemployment.
Um, I'll just take a quote from a famous statement that says, "I look forward to the days when the child of a nobody will be able to become a somebody without the help of anybody in the presence of everybody in
Hmm.
Nigeria."
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for being a guest on our program today. The big question, we really do appreciate your input on our topic of discuss. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Do have a great day ahead and enjoy the rest of your week.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's Lydia West, the CEO of 2811, and she has spoken to us about racketeering and unemployment in Nigeria. All right, so hopefully, the government does its own bid. Even private individuals also get to do their own bid to see that, you know, we we rule out racketeering totally when it comes to jobs in Nigeria. And of course, we get to see more investments in our country so that we'll have some of our industries up and running. The ones that, have just been dormant, we'll have them up and running. We'll have, a lot of investment in different aspects of our economy so that that would bring up the number of employed people all around, and in the meantime, bringing down the number of unemployed people we have in our country, and that will keep a lot of minds busy. Well, you know what they say about an idle mind. Oh, well, we just hope that things get better in our dear country. All right, so thank you very much for tuning in to The Big Question, and of course, staying with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. A very big special thank you to your producer of the program, Chinyere Timothy Crown, and the executive producer, Towa Kiwalishuna. Join us again on Wednesday at 12:05 p.m. for the program The Big Question. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Good afternoon.
We WFM 91.7. WFM 91.7.